Hey everybody, how's it going? We've got a special event at hand here, and of course, it is end of the road. Sounds like they figured out that they already knew my account was gonna get kind of end up lost in the ether somewhere or something, as I am still waiting for my main playing account to get recovered. Still waiting. Still working on it. But in the meantime, since we have this special event to win this Bugatti Bolide, a new car, plus some 6,500 victory points and 100 gold plus 500,000 racing dollars to earn here. I am hoping this event is something similar to how we won some of the fastest cars in the past, which was essentially gold free. So I don't have much to spare on this account, as you can see, just 380 gold. But if I can win it without spending that much, then hey, it's worth it, right? So, and this one's going to be quick 5 day event, only 5 stages. And this is a old-fashioned special event where you have basically each stage unlocks every 24 hours. So you cannot do all 5 stages right away. I mean, you can do all 5 if you start the event and just sit on it for 4 days. I guess then all 5 event stages will unlock. But I wouldn't recommend that since these events tend to get a little bit tricky, especially if you're trying to win without spending much resources here, which is my goal. So here we go, stage 1, Magnus's last ride. Oh, you know, on this account, the name I'm using is Magnus. So we'll see how this one goes. It's gonna get confusing. We're gonna have some Magnus v Magnus. Anyway, Natalia's got a message here. Hey, glad you could make it. You're not going to believe this, but Ahmed has somehow managed to get his hands on a Bugatti Bolide for you to take for a spin. Oh, Natalia, you should know by now that I have a talent for collecting rare and exotic vehicles. Is that a talent or just loaded with cash, right? Let's just say I know some people. Of course, that helps with these exclusive deals, right? Okay, whatever you say, Ahmed. Anyway, let's not waste any more time. I want to see what the Bolide is capable of. Same here. Of course, it is one of the. Isn't this the fastest car in the game right now? I think. So, as you can see, 5 stages to complete, and we're starting with 4 goals in stage 1. I'm expecting 4 goals each stage except for the final stage 5, where we're gonna have 5 stages. And once you start the event, you're gonna get 3 hours of instant service and instant racing dollar upgrades. So I would recommend starting this event a little bit before the midnight in your time zone, so you can essentially knock out 2 stages right away while that 3 hour instant service offer is still going. So, yeah, that'll be my recommendation. But, well, we'll get started. Take a couple of laps to get some heat in those tires and get a feel for how the car handles. Will do. Usual message for the cars in special event that we don't own yet. Anything that you do to it will remain with the car. There we go. Apparently I've been yapping along for a couple of minutes, so instant service is down to 2 hours and 57 minutes. And look at that, 500 kph for top speed, 2.1 seconds for acceleration, 29 meters for braking, 2.25 G for grip, which ends up in base PR of 96. Right. And how high does this car's PR go? I believe the highest PR it goes up to is 115. And if you want to fully upgrade this car, I believe it costs you some like 1860 gold. Racing dollar, I don't think it's going to be all that much. But with the racing dollar upgrades, it's always the waiting that's takes forever. So my thought is most likely because of the car being so expensive, we're gonna start with like something like 12-hour wait on tier 1 or the what do they call that, stage 1 upgrades possibly, and then go up to like, oh, if you start with the 12 hours, I think it's like 18 hours on tier 3, and then tier 5 is gonna be like a full day, and then something along that line. I don't know. Right now we have instant service or instant R&D on these upgrade offers. So yeah, we're starting with 138,000, which is, it's racing dollars, so that is what it is. We have excess amount of it, but it's always a timing, right? So and if you have been completing all the events in the current round 4 of the roundup, you would have gotten enough, you would have collected enough victory points to obtain that extra holiday livery. On this account, I don't, so of course we're just running stock here. And of course the usual livery options available. Yeah, let's put the official one back on. W16.4 Bugatti. Right. That's the engine, right? All right, so I guess we'll take it out for a spin. 2 laps for this first goal at the Leipzig Porsche Test Track Dynamic Circuit. And we just need to complete 2 laps, all right. And the thing about these events, special events, is you don't want to win by large margins early on unless you're expected to. And since this goal didn't specify anything about winning, we'll take our time. Right, and then we'll kind of check out some different racing modes. So here's, of course, the chase view. Let's check out the headlamp, the bumper view, and then hood view, of course. It's very pointy shaped for a Bugatti, isn't it? And the cockpit view, pretty cool. And wait, look at the rear view mirror. It's like not straight up. Interesting. It's like a, what do you call it, convex, or it's like, here, let's get a car in there and see how they, whoa, dude, it's Pagani, isn't it? Look at that. That car looks super skinny. I suppose that's a way to get more of what you can see in the rear in small mirror. But that does look kind of funny. Alright, we'll let him go. We got the grip up to 100%, so mission accomplished more or less. right. And we'll just chase behind. And yes, we do have drafting active in this event, as you can see. Finish in dead last, P7. And let's check out who our opponents were. Of course, we had Magnus. I think he was in like a Gera or something. Yeah, Gera RS. We got Vulcan, the old Bugatti Veyron 16.4. We got a CN, FKP37, Senna, Pagani Zonda F, and of course myself, the other Magnus in Bugatti Bolide. Pretty cool. And it takes out some 5.5 service bars. All right. So 1 goal down, 3 more to go in this stage 1. Heads up, I think I just spotted Magnus out there. I'm not sure if this is some scheme of Ahmed's or some trap by Magnus. Regardless, I thought you should know Magnus. I know, right? This is what I mean. Things get confusing when you name yourself Magnus in the game. Let's not worry about Magnus right now. I really want to see what this car is made of. So try to finish off the next 3 laps in under 50 seconds each. So each lap, 3 laps to complete for the second goal, and each one we have to get it under 50 seconds. All right, so broad daylight, nice. Of course, this outlet doesn't count. Early braking is what's required in a car that can hit 500 kph. I don't care how good the brakes are. It will take a airport runway to slow down a car that can go 500 kph. And I think that's gonna be the tricky part about this guy. Handling is not bad, considering the speed it can take. However, look at the speedometer. 300, whoa, hitting 300 at Porsche Test Track Dynamic Circuit. That is a dangerous speed. So let's be careful, shall we? And it will grip, but I don't, that's what I mean. How early should I be braking? I couldn't brake early enough, apparently. Yeah, getting it under 50 seconds, pretty easy as we might expect. Oh, early braking. That's all I've got to say. And we got some time to kill, don't we? There we go. All right. I guess it's sort of like the best lap time kind of a thing here, because it just gives me 43 seconds. Certainly took me more than 43 seconds to finish those 3 laps, but I think that looks like they just picked the best one, doesn't it? Fair enough. I'm in both first place and third place. Look at that. All right. Does take out a decent chunk of the service bars here, but not to worry. We do have instant service offers, so we're good. Oh, it's you, of course. You'd be here today of all days. Wait a second. Where did you get that Bugatti Bolide? Alright, you got me interested now. You should take a bit more time to warm up, because I want to race you in a head-to-head match. Alright, so we're gonna have some sort of a similar theme here. Didn't we have an event where each stage ended with a head-to-head, right? There was an event like that recently. Alright, it's weird that Magnus appeared out of nowhere and now wants to challenge you. Something strange is definitely going on. Alright, get some more practice if you can. Keep Magnus in your sight and tailgate. Okay, it's a tailgating challenge. 3 laps. Alright. So, not necessarily drafting behind, but get close enough. Agera RS. Not close enough? What's with that? All right. So if we can get, whoa, don't get in front of him though. If we can get about 40 seconds of tailgating per lap, that should do it, right? 120. The challenge is to not overtaking, because it's going to be super easy to get around him. Alright, 80 seconds, 40 more to go. Should be a breeze. And then I suppose we'll be wrapping up this stage 1 with the head-to-head here at the Leipzig circuit. And that is 120. And once again, I don't think I need to finish necessarily in second place. So we'll let the beautiful Vulcan pass. Who else? Anybody else? Ico? What's he in? Ah, Veyron. And the Cian. Cool. Yeah, doesn't matter how slow you finish the lap or those 3 laps, as long as you get those 120 seconds of tailgating time in, you're good. So yeah, in case you guys wondering why I'm finishing so slowly, is because later on these challenges are gonna get pretty tricky, and I would not want to have to deal with difficult opponents. With that being said, bot training doesn't really work if your car is in critical condition since a few updates ago. So something to keep in mind. And there we go. And that takes us to the final goal of stage 1. Time has come. Let's race. Hang on a second. I don't appreciate you ambushing my client like this. No tricks, Natalia. Just need to race against the Bolide one last time. Fine then, if you say so. You're a pushover. Gee. Though this better not be another King of the Ring situation. I had to spend a whole week cleaning that mess up. Alright, so what do I gotta do? They weren't really specific, just a single lap and dynamic circuit. Just to win. Alright, seems simple enough. So very short circuit, so try to get in front early on would make it that much easier, right? All right, evening in Leipzig. Here we go. Could we overtake on the inside? Maybe. I think I got a better grip, don't I? Yeah. I mean, Agera RS is not exactly a slow car. But this guy's making Agera look, of course, doesn't quite have the handling this guy does. So circuits like dynamic circuit is going to be a challenge in Agera RS. So we'll let Magnus catch up a little bit and finish more or less neck to neck. There we go. P1 finish as requested. All right, Magnus v Magnus. Look at that. All right, and if you are starting any other time other than close enough to getting started on the stage 2, don't forget to get your car serviced at the end of each stage, since otherwise when you start a new stage you don't want to start out with less than perfectly serviced car. That is, of course, unless you VIP this car. Might be worthwhile for this guy, I'm thinking. Alright, stage 1 complete. And for that effort, we're going to pick up 650 victory points. So that's like 1/10 of the total that we'll be winning. 10 gold, that's also 1/10 of the winning. And 5,000 racing dollars, right? So 650, does that get me to the next reward tier? No, not quite. That's all right. I'm not sure what scheme you were trying to pull, Magnus, but it was always destined to fail if it hinged on the Bugatti Bolide losing a race. Ha! Destined to fail. That's quite an apt way of putting it. I'm retiring soon, Natalia. What? I thought you should know. I plan to announce it officially in a few days. I get a feeling that since the event is called The End of the Road, maybe he's gonna be our last opponent or something. Oh, that makes me sad. Well, but he's glad. I got the chance to race you once more, even if it was against that monster, and even if I was destined to fail. Thank you. I'd best be on my way. It's unusually civil for Magnus, isn't it? Oh, that wasn't I wasn't expecting that. I wonder if something happened to make him want to retire after all this time. Anyway, that's the end of stage 1, as I said. So you'll have to wait till tomorrow until the stage 2 gets unlocked. So once again, don't start the event like earlier in the day. Start it towards midnight so you can get 2 knocked out back to back. Especially while this 3-hour instant service is available. But anyway, that will do it for this video here for me. So another rendition of possibly 0 upgrade attempt on a special event. In this case, end of the road. So stay tuned for stage 2. It seems like, yeah, I'll be doing that, huh? All right, thanks for watching.